Hey guys, here's a short video on how to bleed your brakes on your motorcycle. This is the front brake on an FZR400 1988, but bleeding's pretty much the same across the board. What I like to do, I'll give you my tips. I like to have a clear tube and I attach it to the brake bleed nipple back there if you can see it. That's the little nut that you're going to crack on the caliper to let the fluid out. So I put my clear tube on first, and I always make sure the tube goes uphill first and then downhill into the drain. I want to make sure there's fluid always in that tube and it doesn't suck air at any point. Then I get my perfect little wrench, fits nice and tight, and I'm able to just crack it slightly while under pressure once I pull the brake, and then let that fluid out, and then I tighten it and then release the brake. So the real key in the time is in timing here to get a good clean bleed and to do it efficiently. So you always have to make sure you top off your reservoir. So I filled it up as much as I could without spilling it. You want to protect your bike with some rags from the brake fluid, and then you want to make sure the handlebars stay steady because that baby will slosh right out of there, all that fluid. So then the key is, remember, we're going to be pumping this out. So you want steady pressure on the brake to start with, and then you crack the nut down below and let that fluid ooze out until you bottom the brake out. Okay, once you've bottomed the brake out, you tighten the nut. Then, and only then, do you release the brake handle. And then you will be sucking fluid from the reservoir into the system. Then what you want to do is you want to cycle it a few times with that nut tight. Everything's back to normal. And you want to just feel it firm up. Okay, once it's firmed up, you repeat. Pressure on the brake lever, crack the nut, let her bleed fluid, bottom out. Soon as she bottoms out, tighten nut and release. Once you're released, cycle, nut's tight now, keep cycling, do it again. Crack the nut with pressure on, slowly let it bottom out. Soon as it bottoms out, tighten nut and release, and cycle. So you're just gonna do that repeatedly, and you gotta watch your reservoir. It'll pump down pretty fast on some brakes, so you gotta make sure that sucker's full or you're gonna suck air and have to start all over, or even make it more difficult. All right, I hope that helps. Good luck, and it's all about timing. Take care.